Hello there, very good afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime News on TV1. We are coming to you live and direct from the Newsfirst Christmas Zone here, located at the beautiful Echelon Square in Colombo. Just before we start off, let's take a look at your headlines this afternoon.
Adjournment motion to abolish the executive presidency proposed by the JVP to be debated again today in Parliament. 5 suspects escape Rambukkana jail cell. 2 injured in Beliatta and Seedua shootings. Belgian Prime Minister offers his resignation following no confidence motion. Sri Lanka and New Zealand end test battle in stalemate.
Now in your lead story this afternoon, the adjournment motion presented by the Janata Vimukthi Peramuna to abolish the executive presidency will be debated in Parliament today. Parliament will convene at 1 this afternoon under the auspices of the Speaker Karu Jayasuriya. Stay tuned with News First for more of the very latest on this regard. Moving on to more local news now, 5 inmates of a cell in the Rambukkana prison have escaped yesterday.
The police said that the suspects had been arrested in Kodagama yesterday, allegedly in possession of heroin. It was further reported that the suspects had escaped by pushing away a police officer who had tried to extract another suspect who had also been held for allegedly being involved in the sale of drugs. The police have commenced an operation to capture the suspects.
The Professional Forum for Justice was held in Homagama last evening.
A lot of things we could not change in 70 years of our history, we have managed to change during the last 45 days. That is very good. The people were patient. There was a big fear that there would be mass bloodshed. The people showed that they are more intelligent than politicians. We saw what happened in Parliament, of how one posed in a manner of saying, "Come, fight me." The average people showed their level. So I think that a lotus bloomed from this mud puddle.
Now, 2 individuals were injured following a shooting that took place in Beliatta and Seedua.
Police said that 2 suspects who had arrived in a motorbike had shot an individual travelling in Koskashande in Gatamana, Beliatta and then fled the scene. The victim was a 24-year-old resident of Mahihilla in Beliatta. He has been transferred to the Tangol Hospital for further treatment, following initial treatments afforded to him at the Hath Bodhya Hospital. The shooting took place midnight tonight inside a nightclub in Lianagemulla, Seedua. According to the police, the shooting had occurred after an altercation broke out between a group of people who entered the club premises and its workers. The injured individual was a 34-year-old resident of Raddolua, Seedua. Police said that it was revealed that the owner of the club had committed the shooting and he had fled the area after the incident.
More news from here at home now. Farmers in Ihala Puliyankulama, Karuwala Gaswava are inconvenienced due to a pest problem on their crops.
Nearly 150 acres being nourished under the Kadavala Vava in Ihala Puliyankulama, Salia Vava, Karuwala Gaswava are facing this pest problem. The fields have been harvested after 4 seasons, but the farmers point out that the crops are being destroyed since 2 weeks. There are 150 acres in this paddy field. We did not expect this to happen. Now 2.5 of my own acres and the whole field is destroyed. We still do not know what exactly the problem is. The crops they have cultivated with much expectations and amidst 1,000 other hardships are now slowly dying with narrowing their means to live. The farmers say even pesticides, which costs a lot of money to them, do not help in this cause. Officials from the Agriculture Research Institute have met with the farmers to inquire about this issue, and according to the farmers, they have advised them to spray pesticides across the whole field. However, the locals charge that they cannot afford the pesticides. Therefore, the farmers urge the authorities to provide a solution immediately.
Now, in your weather update this afternoon, the Met Department states that a change in the weather currently being experienced can be expected from tomorrow onwards. They add that a rain-free cold climate is to be expected over many areas of the island.
The Met Department further added that slight rains could be expected along the eastern coast. They further elaborate that a misty environment is to be expected over certain areas of the island. Meanwhile, the Pigeon Island National Gardens have been temporarily closed to the public by the Wildlife Conservation Department, citing the strong currents being experienced in the Nilaveli Sea. The decision has been made to ensure the safety of tourists. They further anticipate that the current state will continue over the next few days. The reserve will be reopened to the public once the situation returns to normalcy.
The Independence Day of the Kingdom of Qatar was celebrated in Colombo yesterday. The ambassador of the Kingdom of Qatar to Sri Lanka, Sheikh Jazim bin Mohammed, also took part in the celebrations. MP Rauf Hakim also attended the event. MP Ravi Karunanayake and Speaker Karu Jayasuriya were notable other attendees. Now, the 14th International Conference of the Sri Jayawardhanapura University took place in the university premises. The event was carried out under the auspices of the Chief Prelate of the Bellanvilla Temple, the Venerable Bellanvilla Dharmaratna Thero.
The conference was organized by the Sri Jayawardhanapura University's research wing. The subjects of Pali and Buddhism were given particular attention at the conference.
In Buddhist culture and
A number of professors and Buddhist clergy representing the Buddhist research wing of the university and a number of foreign students and academics also took part in the conference.
Now, we here at News First very kindly request you to come down here to the News First Christmas Centre located in the beautifully decorated Echelon Square here in Colombo to see how live news bulletins are rolled and to feel the Christmas vibe this season. And with that, it's a wrap of Lunchtime News on TV1. Our latest news update will come your way at 1:55. Until then, take care.